This is Hinos the Sport, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping the foot on the what on the next. We keeping the foot on the what on the next. We got to talk about this, man. Teofimo Lopez and his dad. Now, he knows the sport's going to be a little bit more serious in this video because he knows the sport has to unpack some things. See, Andre Ward said knockouts will not sustain. There was a reason why Andre Ward said that. If Teofimo Lopez was listening, he would have paid attention to the great legend and what the great legend was trying to tell. The bottom line was, you can't be telegraphing your punches. You can't make it obvious that you're looking for the knockout. And from that instance with Andre Ward, it appears that the super duper hype job variation didn't get the message. This is why he knows the sport calls Teofimo Lopez a super duper hype job variation. Because there's fake bravado coming out of him. But the fake bravado that's coming out of Teofimo Lopez is not even from Teofimo Lopez. It's from Teofimo Lopez Sr. You see, fathers like Teofimo Lopez Sr.'s, like the Bill Haney's of the world, they're good fathers. They mean the best. The problem with those types of fathers, they are too extreme. They are extremists. And fathers like that ultimately cause their sons to be pushed away from them. They don't get closer. Because their sons realize as they start becoming more and more men, right? As they start growing more and more into their manhood, as they start growing more and more into they start realizing that, okay, you're trying to live vicariously through me. It's not about me. See, that whole decision that Danny Garcia did with Angel Garcia, where you see Angel Garcia is not as visible, is because Danny Garcia, although it took him a long time to get to that point, he had to sit his dad the fuck down. Because he had to realize that he had to be the authoritarian. Sean Porter has done this too. He's a late bloomer. But he had to realize that it's him and not Kenny Porter, right? But Kenny Porter and Angel Garcia, as extreme as they were with their sons, it's nowhere compared to what we've seen from Bill Haney and what we're seeing from Teofimo Lopez Sr. These guys are living completely vicariously through their sons. My father has never lived vicariously through me. If you ask my father, he'll always tell you, man, he knows, this kid right here, you know what I'm saying? This child of mine, he's taking care of me. He makes sure I don't want for nothing because I make sure my father doesn't want for nothing. He's on a bi-weekly allowance. I always make sure, and it always comes like UPS, quick, fast, in a hurry. Anything he wants for, he can have it. Last year, if you guys recall, on the community post, I shared something personal about him going through his, second heart surgery and how that took a toll on me. And how that kind of just forced me to just lock in and just go into that true alpha mode, man, and just drop videos after videos after videos. But one thing that I respect about my father is he never tried to live vicariously through me. He just wanted me to be the man that he always saw that I was going to become. And when he saw that and he said to me that I exceeded his expectations, that teared me up. And I don't cry much, but that moment made me cry. When I look at Vasiliy Lomachenko and I look at his father, I see a father that's not living vicariously through his son. He's a father that gets it. This is why it makes sense for him to be a trainer, because he knows when to step in and he knows when to step out. He's not trying to dictate the pace. He's not trying to be the one to be all in the videos, trying to be a P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Always having a camera on him like a Teofimo Lopez Sr. And you could see that father-son dynamic, it works. Because father and son dynamics in boxing, it actually works. But that's a perfect example of it working. Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Teofimo Lopez just had a documentary on the whole buildup of the fight. And what we saw from the father was what he knows the sport was predicting in Prediction King Strikes Again. And the Prediction King Strikes Again in Prediction King fashion. That the dad has issues. He's a drunkard. We saw this when even Rigaru, who's damn near decades younger than this man, was trying to teach him a cardinal lesson. He said, one lesson that I've learned being around the upper echelons of the people in the world, like the Warren Buffetts in them, I learned to be patient. And it was a moment where he checked Teofimo Lopez Sr. because the guy just likes to run his mouth. It's okay to be high on the stock of your son, but you can't be high on the stock of your son at the detriment of his boxing career. Teofimo Lopez didn't want to fight Vasiliy Lomachenko. These are cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true-teller fashion. The truth of the fact of the matter is he was forced. to fight Vasiliy Lomachenko? By his father. Because his father, vicariously living through his son, felt that this is him that's fighting Vasiliy Lomachenko. This is not really Teofimo Lopez. This is Teofimo Lopez Sr. And he knows the sport actually feels sorry for Teofimo Lopez, because I could see right through people. It's a gift that I have. It's the ability to discern right through people. I don't need to be in front of you. I could just see you from afar. Within the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, I could already tell me everything I need to know. If you real, and real recognizes real, or if you have fake bravado. Even if I don't tell you right then and there, I will know within the first 5 minutes who I'm dealing that's in front of me, based on the way that you react, based on the way that you comport yourself, and based on the way that you do stuff. And Teofimo Lopez, I see a soul that's crying out for help, because he's actually a good kid. The thing with this kid is he's torn. He's trying to impress his father. And in doing so, come October 17th, he's going to be regressed into a super duper hype job variation. See, when I say super duper hype job, it's not to clown Teofimo Lopez. It's telling you the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat true teller fashion that once a super duper hype job, always a super duper hype job. Because he has a father that didn't teach him boxing fundamentals. When you look at Teofimo Lopez, you don't see a kid that has boxing technicality and boxing fundamentals. He's not the most technical or fundamentally sound fighter. You could see that. What you see is a kid that telegraphs his punches, giving the similitude as if he has boxing skills, but he's lacking the fullness thereof. Let me say it again. A kid that's telegraphing his punches, giving the similitude that he has basically the ability, the wherewithal, the ingenuity, and the skill set to be technical and fundamental, but he lacks the fullness thereof, because he has a father that's teaching him that you need to fight like Floyd Mayweather. You need to operate in the shoulder roll. That's a... You need to fight right like Roy Jones Jr. That's a... You see, Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Bill Haney are the exact examples of why fathers like that should not be trainers. Because they don't know how to fucking train. Because a trainer would understand their son's or that fighter's ability, and they will work within that. Not try to make them something that they're not, or try to make them someone that they're not. And this is why Teofimo Lopez, when you saw that documentary, and everybody saw, even the biggest super duper hype job variation fanboys, they was like, damn, he knows the sport was right all along. He knows the sport was trying to tell us, dog. And Sun Tzu, aka Art of War, 7 steps ahead of the game, 48 laws of power on that ass. He was trying to tell us in seer mode that Teofimo Lopez Sr. is not the right trainer for Teofimo Lopez. The guy's a drunkard. And drunkards are bad. The Bible says that drunkards are brawlers. And wine is a briber. And those who follow those two will end up in the stupefaction thereof. Because people that pick up these things and use them in excess, they're not in their right mind. They're not in their right sense. They're not in their right ability to think. They're not in their right wherewithal. They're off. And that's what you're getting from Teofimo Lopez Sr. He's off. And he's taking that offness and he's spreading it and spewing it on his son. That's why you saw his son cried in that documentary. That was real fucking tears. Because he knows he didn't want to fight Vasiliy Lomachenko. So come October 17th, the lion and the dog parable is enacted. Lions don't supper with dogs, they eat them. You spent 2.5 years with fake bravado calling out Mr. High Tech. So Mr. High Tech now, you done got his attention. And what did he tell you? You better showcase and you better promise what the fuck you say you was going to do in that ring. Now you got this man's attention. Now he's going to come at you at 100%. This is why he's going to no-mash you via 10th round KO or TKO stoppage. Because Loma's back for the shit. And I'll argue that down with the best of anybody. But it ain't going to be Teofimo Lopez that's going to expose the back foot problems that Lomachenko has. That's a Gervonta Tank Davis type of thing right there. Because only Tank can literally tank Lomachenko. But when we look at Teofimo Lopez, he's going to get exposed. And it's not because he's going to get exposed because of him. He's going to get exposed because his dad never told him the truth. Never built him up right. See, these young fighters, they don't like to get built up right. They want to be pushed too fast. Only prodigies can push themselves fast. Floyd Mayweather was a prodigy. Andre Ward was a prodigy. Earl the True Smith is a prodigy. Only prodigies can get pushed up fast. Gervonta Tank Davis is a prodigy. If you're not a prodigy, you need to be built up slowly. Let me say it again. If you're not a prodigy, you need to be built up slowly. Teofimo Lopez needed to be built up slowly. This is why Andre Ward said knockouts will not sustain you. So the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat two-tailor fashion is come October 17th. The lion and the dog parable will reminisce itself. Lions don't supper with dogs. They fucking eat them. I keeps the foot on the what? Next. I keeps the foot on the what? Next. I feel sorry for Teofimo Lopez and the exposure that he's going to get. But the bottom line is this. When we look at Teofimo Lopez Sr., the fault is going to be on his ass when his son gets exposed come October 17th. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat from fashion. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.